Well, my name is Pastor Jim Hoggett, Coeur d'Alene Open Bible. I'm sitting in Coeur d'Alene Homes, one of the greatest places to be on a Tuesday afternoon, where the women are all good looking, the men are all intelligent, and the staff is way far above average. Today I want to tell you one of my favorite stories. It's called The Green Knight. Now, some people, they think it was written by a guy named Anonymous. Man, that guy really gets around. He's written a lot of stuff, but I really think it was written by Chaucer. And sometimes when I'm performing a wedding, I don't even tell the couple. I just, right in the middle of the wedding, I'll stop the wedding and tell them the story. The story goes like this. One day, King Arthur was hunting with his knights, and he shot an arrow over the Old North Church. Well, he went to retrieve it, and as he did, he smelled an odor on the left side. He went to the green swamp, dismounted his horse, and was retrieving his arrow, and all of a sudden there was a cloud of green smoke in front of him, and there stood a green knight with his sword drawn, ready to take his life. King Arthur says, "Well, don't you know who I am? I'm King Arthur. I'm the lord of this whole domain." And the green knight said, "Not in my swamp, you're not." He says, "I'm going to relieve you of your life." And King Arthur says, "Well, would you kill an unarmed man?" He says, "Well, I'm a sporting man. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you 1 year. And if you give me your word, I will meet you back at this spot 1 year from today. And if you have the right answer to my riddle, I will save your life. If you don't, your life is mine." And King Arthur says, "Well, how will I know if I have the right answer?" He says, "Oh, you'll know, because the right answer will burn in your heart." King Arthur gave his word, and here was the riddle. What is it that a woman wants more than anything else? Well, King Arthur mounted his horse, and as he rode back to the castle, he smelled an odor on the right side. And he went back to his castle, and he started asking people, "Well, what is it that a woman wants more than anything else?" He asked the women who were not married, and they all said, "Oh, she wants a lord, she wants a master. She wants someone to make her decisions and to rule over her." Well, that didn't burn in his heart. He asked the women who were married, the wives of the knights, and they said, "She wants power, she wants jewelry, she wants wealth." That didn't burn in his heart. He asked the mothers, and all the mothers said the same thing: sleep. He sent pages throughout his entire kingdom to try to find someone who would come up with an answer that would burn in his heart, and no one did. At the end of the year, he bid farewell to his castle, for he would rather give up his life than give up his honor. And as he rode past the Old North Church, he smelled an odor on the left side. He turned aside, and there was this little lady named Ragnell. She was real short and bent over. She had rags. She had matted hair. She had a beard, a lot like mine, only hers was braided. She had boogers in her eyes and warts in her nose, and she said, King Arthur, you've asked everyone else, but no one has asked me." And King Arthur said, "Okay, Ragnell, what is it that a woman wants more than anything else?" And she said, "Not so fast. If I give you what it is that you want, will you give me what it is that I want?" And King Arthur said, "Okay, up to half of my kingdom," she said, "What a woman wants more than anything else is to be her own sovereign, her own boss, to not be under the rule of any man save God himself." King Arthur went back to the Green Knight, and as the Green Knight drew his sword to take his life, he said, "What a woman wants more than anything else is to be her own sovereign, her own boss, not to be under the rule of any man save God himself." And just then the Green Knight disappeared with a cloud of smoke over the tops of trees, and King Arthur's life was spared. And as he's riding back to the castle, Ragnell said, King Arthur, aren't you forgetting something?" So King Arthur dismounted his horse, picked up Ragnell, put her on the horse, and walked her back to the castle. Now, the castle knew that something was up, for they smelled the odor for quite a distance. And then in front of everyone, he said, "Now, Ragnell, what is it that you want?" She says, "I want the hand of Sir Galahad in marriage." Now, Sir Galahad was the most handsome of all the knights. He was the last knight to be wed, but he was the king's man. He didn't hesitate. He went over, took her by the hand, led her off to the priest, and they were married that self-same day. He took her back to his boudoir, and he went into one corner, and she went in the other, And as he was taking off his nightshirt, he turned around, and Ragnell had turned into a beautiful blonde. She had hair down the middle of her back, and her skin was gorgeous, and she had an hourglass figure. She was just gorgeous. And he drew his sword, for it was against the law to practice witchcraft in the kingdom. This has to be witchery. And he was going to run through her right there. And she said, "Oh, my Lord, it's not me. It's not me, it's my wicked stepmother." She said, "I should live half of my day as Ragnell, and half of my days who I really am." She's the one who put the curse on me. She says, "Now, it's your choice, my lord. Would you want me to be myself during the day, and you can be with Ragnell at night? Or would you want people to see you with Ragnell during the day, and you can be with me at night?" Well, he thought about that for quite a time, and then he said, "My dear, the weight of that story, that question weighs too much on my conscience. I give the choice back to you." And then she broke into wonderful laughter. She said, "I don't believe it. My wicked stepmother," she said, "I'd never find a man such as you. Because you've made the right choice, the spell is broken, and I will look like this always. You are a man worthy of my respect. Wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you live, I will live. Your people should be my people, and your God my God. As long as we both shall live, I will gladly submit to you." Thank you.